Let's start with the debates. I think that was the setup. Like, them sort of sniping back and forth. This happened in a matter of 4 hours, seemingly, today. Mick, what's the strategy?
Apparently, the Biden team decided they wanted to do this. The video that Biden put out was fantastic. If you wanted to sort of goad Donald Trump into accepting a challenge, this was the exact right way to do it. And I watched that video going, oh, he's absolutely going to accept this. Now, you would expect that he would anyway, because he said he would debate anytime, anywhere, under any circumstances. But I just thought I thought it was, from a marketing standpoint, you can't do much better than this.
So, first of all, it's been negotiated behind the scenes for
a little while, yeah.
Yeah, between the two camps. So it's not something that just came out.
Came out publicly that way.
Exactly.
But it did happen quick. Like, they dropped this, the Biden team, at 8 a.m. on the dot. The New York Times clearly had an embargoed copy of this because they dropped their story at 8 a.m. and then, like, bang, 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 we got two debates.
So I want to make Scott's head spin before we move on for me for a second, because the conspiracy theory of the June 27th date is if Biden does really, really bad, they can still replace him before the
Oh, stop.
Oh,
my goodness. I love it when Republican consultants try to
throw that
get into
grenade.
Democratic strategy. My Republican friends love talking about Democratic strategy and the conspiracy for what the Democrats are thinking and doing and the possibility. I'm not so sure you're the best qualified to do that,
for the Democrats.
But let me just say this
Right.
about Biden. Biden had to do this debate at 2, maybe 3. They may still be wrong, but he had to do it, 1. But 2, the open question isn't whether there's going to be a third debate. The open question is whether there's going to be a real debate, or is this going to be another bully session on the part of Trump? Because Trump has demonstrated he cannot debate. He bullies his way through these sessions. He doesn't use statistics. He doesn't use arguments. He just kind of yells and screams and bullies his opponent. And that's not a debate, and that's not good for America.
Stipulations held in a TV studio, no in-person audience, microphone cuts off when speaker's time elapses. Mick said this was brilliant marketing. I wonder what you make of it.
I tell you what the country's really longing for, and maybe this is the first green shoot in this direction. We need policy. We need to see the differences between policy on immigration, border security, want to understand taxes, foreign policy, energy security. I need to hear this information. All I'm getting, everything I'm getting, is porn star wars. It just sucks the energy out of all of the cable and anything I look for information on, all network. It just sucks the air out of it. I'm tired of real estate wars, porn star wars. Let's get some policy wars going so I can know what to do when I'm investing capital.
Now, ordinarily, I would agree with that, except these are the two most well-known politicians probably in the world right now. You know where Donald Trump stands on the issues. You know where Joe Biden stands on the issues. I think folks are going to tune in to see how they perform and conduct themselves. Is Biden capable of doing this? Is he too old for the job? Can Trump calm down, to Scott's point, for an hour and a half and be presidential? I think that's what this is about.
Kevin's right about policy. Kevin's right about what he wants to see. But Kevin, everybody on this panel is an intellectualized voter, if you will. We're intellectual voters. The average voter isn't paying attention. And in the end, what the factor that most people use to pull that lever, Democrat or Republican, is still the likability factor. Do I like this guy? Not so much what the policies are, because the average American doesn't really understand how policy.
You got inflation that's smoking hot right now.
Other than the inflation, of course, on those kitchen table issues.
Yeah.
But again, most people don't intellectualize their vote. They go with who they like, or they go by party lines.
So here's a policy question. What are you going to do about inflation? That'd be a fair policy question to ask.
I guarantee you it'll be in the mix, and it's important because if you don't have an answer for that, and you're only 4 months away at that point to where you pull the trigger, I think the independent vote is what we're talking about here, guys. They are going to make the decision who the president is, and right now, they're unhappy because they have no information. They got porn.
What about RFK Jr.? Because this 15% threshold, that is the level to get in, Kelly Meyer is now reporting, let me dig this up, that RFK Jr. is saying that he will meet the debate criteria. Do you think this was set up to try to keep RFK Jr. out of it?
Well, RFK drives that, though. Can he qualify under the criteria? And 2, can he get on the ballots? He's on 4 or 5 state ballots, but he's still promising to be on more.
Don't we deserve to hear from him? I mean, he's polling somewhere between 10 to 15.
Well, this is the problem with not using the Presidential Commission and it going away, is the two candidates, I think, negotiated for the benefit of themselves and not for another candidate.
I'd like to hear from him. Why not? But at this point, I think he takes away from both sides. So I'm not sure you can say he's a spoiler for either one.
Right.
I think
Depends
there's a
on how
lot of
much he takes
independents
from.
that'll say, I'm going to vote for him instead of Biden, just as they would against Trump. So I don't think it's going to make a difference in the long run.
But Kevin, in the end, he's still a spoiler. There's no way, mathematically, practically, or literally, he can become president. So why is he there?
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.